planning and how to develop the park properly. They also, the interpretive folks here at the Park District, the naturalists use them as well. They read those over, and that helps guide them in interpretive programs and nature, nature education. So I'm not going to be able to get into it. This would take me an hour to tell you exactly, the methods of each one of these things and how I go about kind of doing assessments on a piece of property over the course of a year or so. But what they really entail are kind of these vegetation, soil maps, cover maps that we work on. Again, we do plant-specific or animal-specific species surveys. I'm going to talk about these real quickly. Wetland and stream data we collect, and we kind of look at the quality of those, of course. And then we develop maps, and we share those with everyone internally here in the Park District that are talking about how to develop the park. We also have buffers that we put in place around sensitive areas and streams and wetlands. Here's just some examples of some maps I just pulled off of the desk this morning. Here, this is a piece of property. Here's our bike trail. This is the Hyde Kaplan property. 608 is running right here in Clarendon, Troy Road. But basically, it's just different habitats, different kinds of forests and wetlands are mapped out. You can get even higher detail. I have some really interesting detailed cover mapping available to me through GIS, geographic information systems that we use, very powerful stuff that is gathered through satellite imagery. Some really neat stuff is this that I have available. These are basically tree heights throughout the entire county that I can look at a piece of property and tell you, is that a big forest, a mature forest, and what the size of the trees before I even set foot on the piece of property. Again, maps that come from the management plans, trails and things, recommendations, thoughts that we have in natural resource management, how to logically collect or connect, I should say, trails and abandon certain other trails. Restoration ideas that we have to go into the planning of the park property and restoration of it. And then invasive plant priorities and problems that we have on the property. Another fun thing to do that we work on with the management plan is we do a little investigation. We kind of do some Sherlock Holmes work down at the County Archives building. We can look back, anyone can go down there and you can look up your own property and see what it looked like in 1937. They did aerial ortho photographs of all of the county all over. So it's pretty neat to go back in time and look at what a piece of property and reconstruct the history of land and the management of it. They have from the 30s, from the 50s, the 70s, and then present day, of course. Management plans, we've about 20 or so plus that we have already, and some of these are available on our website, and we are kind of revamping natural resource management, the website, and we're going to have a lot of these available for folks to look at. But again, the degree of study and detail varies with how much time we were able to put into them. So some of them are really highly detailed, depends on the size of the property. Observatory Park in Montville is well over 1,000 acres. We had to spend a couple of years out there, so it has a wonderful document associated with that, and others are more of a week-long project that we wanted to look at, a small piece of property. We also do species-specific surveys, and again, this is getting into the importance of some of the staff and their talents with birds or butterflies or whatever it is. They're really good at what they do, and they can go in and do species-specific surveys for the park district. And it directly guides management of that particular park. And we incorporate that right into the management plan. Examples, birds. So we have some talented staff here with birds. We go out and do breeding bird surveys. We've done these for a number of years on Park District properties. We have a lot of great data. Some beautiful birds there, scarlet tanagers and green-throated warblers there, and juncos, and things like that are real good indicators of habitat quality. And so you use these birds as measures of the habitat and priorities and what are important areas for the park district to manage. So there's just, a sampling of some of the reports that we've produced over the years, natural resource management. And again, a lot of these are available for people to view and enjoy. Also, of course, we go and we look at, are there rare species present on the property? And oftentimes there are. Here's a beautiful fen. It's a unique wetland in Chester Township on our Park Sunnybrook Preserve. It has all these endangered and interesting plants that are associated with it, and some animals as well. So we have these special wetlands, often fens and bogs in this county, and we certainly place a high priority on protecting those and conserving the natural resources there. Again, I just want to throw some photos out there, some wonderful orchids here in the county. This guy right here, Cypripedium parviflorum. It's only found in 2 places in the entire state of Ohio. One of them is in Geauga County. The other one is not doing very well, the population at all, so it very may well be just Geauga County is it for the entire state of Ohio. This beautiful flower is found. And Geauga Park District is the proud owner and protector. Unfortunately, it has to be protected this way out there because of the deer population. They love these things, and they will certainly have a feast on them. So natural resource management staff have to go out and monitor them and put cages around them. And we produce maps of where these rare species are, and then of course that again helps historical kind of documentation of where these rare things are at in the park district, in the county, and then it helps us guide and properly manage those areas to protect them. And with that, again, management kind of recommendations that come from our management plans. Just to kind of reiterate here for everyone. The surveys kind of and designated uses that I get on the properties really help responsible park planning. We prioritize natural resource management in the park district this way. We often will suggest buffers and protection of areas that are special. And of course, we're concerned about water quality in the county too. I think we all really recognize certainly the importance of all the natural resources and how we need to instill in the future generations and of course the young generation the importance of all these things. So I thank you for the opportunity to share about the natural history and the heritage of the county, and a little bit about what we do in natural resource management here at the Park District. So again, really, Geauga Park District has a key tool. We do use it, and that is our natural resource management plans. They're well thought out. They take a lot of time and a lot of effort. We use them, and it's just a good tool that we've been using for probably 20 years now. And I thank you for your opportunity, and I'll be more than happy, and maybe sometime if you want to contact me, I have my contact info and a card or whatever, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about my management plans on properties. So with that, thank you so much, and I appreciate your time.
Paul, I think you're still up. I hate to do this to you. Small research grant.
I'm still up, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No, that's fine.
I had one quick question to ask you after your presentation.
Oh, sure.
You know me, I'm always thinking,
Mm-hmm.
when we have rare species like the plants that you showed us on that one photo
Yeah.
slide, and some of those seem to be somewhat near a neighbor's property, do we take the time to go over to the neighbors and show them what the picture of the plant looks like and ask them if in fact they might have plants, if they would like to, circle them also to protect them from deer and other management? Or is that something we could look into?
It's been done occasionally. Yeah, it has. It's
Okay.
been done before. Yep.
Terrific. Good, we can educate the neighbors too.
Yes.
Okay.
I did notice in that land swap that we're gonna try to make with Marcy, there's 2 plants that are on the endangered species.
There are, yeah, there's a plant called Ribes tristi, which is swamp red currant, and that is endangered in Ohio, and it's all over his property. This is, yeah, I'm not sure that they love it. Deer love a lot of things. I'm not sure about that one, but they do love another one that we're kind of worried about, and that's the other listed plant you're talking about is hobblebush, and that's the one. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the small research grant and then we'll go on to the observatory.
Okay, sure. Well, I guess for a little background history here, every year, or we've had a program here called the Small Research Grants Program at the Park District since 1994. And really it's kind of to help promote scientific work here in the Park District, and really partnering with local academia for the most part. We have lots of universities that usually, apply for grants. And it helps fund research projects for us too, ideas that we have over the years and management needs and things like that. So it's really valuable. We have one that came in this year, and it's from the University of Akron. And this person wants to study some of the restoration ecology and thoughts behind management and restoration out at Orchard Hills Park golf course restoration, which is really a new field for so many of us in natural resource management. I remember when we talked about it years ago, when we first talked about acquiring this property, very little was even known. I mean, I did a Google search on golf course restoration, and like nothing came up, zero. Maybe something from Europe. They did a little bit of habitat management. So it's pretty interesting. It's kind of very much groundbreaking kind of research, things that a lot of questions that people don't have answers for quite yet. Cleveland Metro Parks is also doing some restoration work on golf course in Beechwood there, and we've talked a lot with them. We've been out. They actually talked to us first before they acquired that piece of land, and we're in the midst of acquiring it, and we had some advice and thoughts on that. But this is exciting. He wants a 2-year project, and we're just looking for approval from you. We've met several times, had some different things we've changed in the project, and I'm sure that things will change a little bit here and there as we go along, but I have talked with his professor, the advisor. This is a graduate student who wants to get his PhD.
Did you have any questions? No?
I thought it was good.
I think it's fabulous. And with the number of people that have tried to sell us golf courses this year, this would be good information to have for the future.
Yes.
So I would make a motion, I guess, to go ahead and approve the small research grant presented to us by Paul and the park biologist.
I'll accept that.
Call the roll for the vote. Mrs. Shumway?
Vote yes?
Mr. Gertz?
Yes.
I think what's interesting about this one, there's some real implications for crossover between ecological theory and practicality of land management. I think we really have something to gain here as it might relate to other reforestation projects, a number of habitat management projects.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, there's a number, like I said, there are other agencies that are, other park districts that are involved in this a lot too, recently, and they have lots of unknown questions. So I think this will help not only Geauga County, but other counties around this area, and it's a nice opportunity for us.
good. Thank you, Paul.
Sure.
Okay, John, you're up next.
Do you have any questions for me or Paul? Really, Paul put together, we're looking at the possibility of swapping some wetland and some forested wetland property for an old meadow, an old hayfield, in conjunction with Jim Marsick. Paul put together a great preliminary evaluation of the properties, and we're just simply asking for permission to go ahead and begin land negotiations with the Marsick family. It makes sense to me.
Just a comment. I never saw, not to compare with this. I wasn't even planning on being here, but then I remembered we don't have a third member, so I thought we'd be. If there ever was a land swap that is more applicable to both people, it's this one. Because the swamp land and that area that we're gonna get from the Marsics fits right in ours, and that plow land that Jimmy Marsick's gonna get fits right in with him. And we gained 10 acres.
I was gonna say, and we're ahead. We're getting 32 and giving him 23 acres.
Well, 10 acres of swamp. If it weren't for a carport, that would be a bad move.
Well, we'll get back to you. They call them negotiations for a reason. See who's going to pay for what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you like to go ahead and make the motion then, Bill?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
We will proceed with the,
I second the motion.
Mrs. Shumway,
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz.
yes.
Thank you.
Great pictures too.
Yeah. Some housekeeping with human resources.
Okay, wait a second. I have to go out.
Okay, I have no slides and I didn't bring my puppets, but I'll just do the best I can. There are 4 policies that I have asked the board to review. First one is vacation policy revision. We have talked about allowing part-time employees to accrue vacation over the years, and this is the first time we've brought it to the board. The county of Geauga offers vacation to their part-time employees. I surveyed other park districts. Most do not. So I bring it to the board for discussion. They would accrue vacation at a prorated amount using the same formula that we use for full-time employees that's in the Ohio Revised Code. They would just accrue less.
Okay, but let me clarify. So other park districts that you surveyed do not do this.
The ones that I surveyed do not.
Okay, but the county does this.
That's correct.
So we're competing with part-time county employees.
You could say that.
I mean, wouldn't this affect all of our seasonal employees?
No, 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 no.
So the part-timers,
Year-round part-time employees.
okay.
What I asked Robin to do is look into and make a recommendation based on my recommendation that we have people that have been here for a long time, they're year-round, they work 24 hours a week, and they don't accrue any vacation. So if they want to take a long weekend, how do they go about doing that? And it was our feeling, because they are year-round employees, they're not seasonal, that we should have a vacation accrual process for them.
Okay, but this does not then include seasonal
No.
ops people and that kind of
It's
thing?
not.
Part-time regular employees.
Okay. Bill, did you have any questions in regards to it?
Well, I would say one thing, I don't agree with vacation time for part-time employees. I think we're giving the house a
Okay,
I'm not in favor.
so let's table that then until we have a third board member,
Okay.
if possible. So that'd be resolution number 615. No vote on that one.
That's fine.
Okay, the second policy revision that I brought before you today is PR and communications policy, and it is strictly housekeeping. It mentions positions that are no longer in existence here, and so it's merely striking out those positions.
And even though those positions are no longer here and we voted on those as a board, we still have to come and do a resolution on it.
That's correct.
Okay, just checking. Bill, do you have any questions on resolution 7-15, striking deputy director and marketing director from the communications and public relations policy?
That's fine.
Okay. So you'd like to make a motion to accept? I would second that motion.
Mrs. Shumway,
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz.
Okay, the next policy is personal leave policy, and we're asking for a revision. At this time, when staff comes on, they have to wait till the end of the year to get any personal leave. Full-timers get 24 hours a year of personal time, part-timers get 12. It's not cumulative, they have to use it, or they get paid out, or it gets transferred into their sick time. we're asking that when new employees come in, if they come in the first 6 months, they get part of that personal leave. If they come in later in the year, they get a smaller amount of personal leave. I was one of those employees that had to wait a year. You have no vacation, you hope you don't get sick, no weddings, no personal life in that first year, and we would like to add this to that policy, if you will, to assist employees through that first year.
Okay, we're only talking 8 hours, so you're giving them 1 day, right?
Correct.
Okay. Bill, did you have any questions on this one? No? You would like to make a motion to accept?
Also,
I would vote yes.
Mr. Gertz? Mrs. Shumway?
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz?
Okay, and finally, the last one is, again, strictly housekeeping. It's just, I noticed in the personnel policy, the mission statement had not been revised, and so we're asking for you to approve it tonight so that it matches the mission statement.
Did you vote on it when we already voted on that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bill, did you have any questions on the mission
I don't have a
statement?
problem with that.
Okay. So you'd like to make a motion to accept Personnel Policy 101.1, I would second that. Mission Statement Revision, Resolution number 915.
Mrs. Shumway?
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz?
Yes.
Where are we at? Appropriation.
I will continue the resolution request.
And
I have a request for you for a budget change. The taxes came in a lot higher than we had expected. As maybe some people in the audience know, the CAUV amounts were reduced. The benefit for CAUV was reduced, and that does affect us when we have properties that are on agricultural leases. That affects us and how much we're going to be paying in taxes. Therefore, I am requesting a resolution to change the budget and add $15,202.36 into the account 6017057911571, which is our other expense account, which is where our real estate taxes are paid from. So if you could make that a resolution, I would appreciate it.
okay, Bill, did you have any questions? And that's Resolution 1015.
Also,
I would second that.
Mrs. Shumway?
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz? Surplus property.
Surplus property, we just have 2 items. One of them will be going up as approved previously for the items to be purchased. We will be trading one of these in with that purchase. It does have to be declared surplus, and the other one will be going to auction. It is a tractor with some attachments on it.
We couldn't get him to take the second tractors for more of a trade-in?
We tried.
Don't we try? Okay. Yeah, Bill, do you have any questions on the surplus? 2 tractors? You would make a motion, go ahead and accept the surplus property?
yes.
I would second that motion.
Mrs. Shumway?
Vote yes.
Mr. Gertz?
Yes.
Okay.
How old is that new Holland tractor?
94? 93?
94?
Something like that.
Is it in dire need of repair?
It's
Yeah,
always in need of repair.
Yeah.
When it was
Done its
purchased,
life work.
yeah, it's done its life work. When it was purchased, it's not a commercial piece of equipment. It's one along the lines of a homeowner would buy, so yeah, it's seen its better days.
Okay, board meeting notifications. John Oros.
Yeah, at the last meeting, I believe it was you, Mary Ruth, that asked for legal counsel to take a look at drafting verbiage for an amendment to the bylaws for you to consider. This is only for discussion at this time. We're not going to act on it today. And the reason being, we would recommend that we wait till we get a 3rd commissioner in place to take a look at the Constitution and bylaws before acting on this rule. The rule is in regards to how we notify people of our board meetings, to include special board meetings and emergency board meetings. So legal counsel has drafted something, and I'm sure you reviewed it. If you have any questions, Dave is here, so.
I did too.
I read that, I see what he's doing
It's
there.
just, yeah, it's just an
There
information.
shouldn't be any problem with that. The folks out there ought to be able to handle that without any problem at all.
Would we be allowed to know what it was?
Oh, sure. It's the time and place of all regular sessions of the park board may be determined by consulting the Park District's website at www.geaugaparkdistrict.org or by calling the Park District at 440-286-9514 during regular business hours, or by requesting in writing reasonable advance notification of such regular sessions from the park board by either regular mail or by email. Sorry, is that clear?
Will that be posted somewhere, or will,
Well,
I didn't get it all done?
I think I'm gonna
Or you're
ask,
gonna talk about it?
we're not gonna vote on it, but perhaps we could go ahead and list this page on the website, and I will go ahead and give you this with the yellow highlighted parts. You have it, Anna? Okay, great. That way people can review it and look at it and see. It's really just spelling out a lot of common sense. I know we already have a list of email addresses, so if there's anyone that wants to add themselves to that email list so that they get direct notification of all meetings, you're welcome to have it. That being said, I want to bring to everybody's attention so that nobody says you weren't transparent, you didn't let us know. February 17th, there will be a special board meeting. February 24th, there will be a special board meeting. And February 26th, there will be a special board meeting. No items will be coming out of executive session. These meetings are strictly for interviews for the executive director position. So we will be coming in, we'll do the pledge, we'll do the roll call, and we will immediately be going into executive session. And again, no items will come out of executive session. So I don't want people to say, you didn't tell us, you're pulling a fast one. We're interviewing for the executive director position, okay? I also don't want people to waste their time and come up here to say the Pledge of Allegiance. True. Okay. Bill, did you have anything? You don't have anything.
I have something that I have to talk to the group about. I know we restrict our thoughts strictly to Geauga County and our park, but nationally there's a problem in Alaska. Have any of you heard of the Pebble River mine that the Canadians are trying to promote in Alaska? It's not good. It's not good at all. They want to take and basically decimate, I forget, 50,000 acres and mine it, leave all of their residue there and so on. So I did send a letter into Washington that I objected to it. And it's, if you get a chance, look it up. It's in the email. You can get it by your email.
Can you reiterate it?
It's the Pebble River mine. The mine, I forget, several different things are mining there. But it's just the idea how they want the approach they're going to use. They're going to go in there and mine it and forget about taking care of the waste, you know. And I think it's our obligation, as long as we try to keep our house clean, is to at least let people know how we feel about that. After all, it's Alaska, it's our state. And the Canadians want to come in and just do it. Well, that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, really quickly for Commissioner's time, I just wanted to personally thank, I know we've said it, everyone at the Park District. And I think Frozen Fest is a prime example of what the board has been trying to accomplish in the last year. That while we can preserve, conserve, and protect the natural features of Geauga County, we can also provide outdoor recreational experiences for all ages, all abilities, all times of the year. That has never been more apparent than Frozen Fest. 1,703 people coming in is the largest program that Geauga Parks has on record. That's a one-day, 4-hour event. That's not a weekend event. With that being